Hi second graders, this is Mrs.Demas. I am going to be doing the first lesson in the geometry unit, Unit 8, we would be doing if we were at school, okay? So I'm going to start like I kind of did last time with some vocabulary, okay? And we have a couple words that we would be talking about if we were at school. We would be talking about two-dimensional shapes. Two-dimensional shapes. Basically that means flat shapes. If you've ever heard of the book Flat Stanley, it just means he's a piece of paper. He's flat. He's not poofy, like a stuffed animal is poofy and squishy. He's flat. So two-dimensional shapes are flat. So I have drawn an example of a 2D shape. It's just a flat square. And then a 3D shape, which think of a square cube tissue box. Okay, so those are my two examples that I'm going to show you real quick. Okay. So if you take a look at this, I'll use my pointer green pen here. Geometry vocabulary. You have a two-dimensional shape. Here is a 2D shape, and it's just a flat square. Nothing special, flat. Okay? And then you've got your tissue box, or your cube, which is your 3D shape, and it's a poofy pop-up shape. Okay? So 2D is what we're going to focus on for this chapter. That's just a comparison purpose. Okay? So you're going to be hearing words in this chapter like shape words. Triangles. Tri. What does tri mean? Think about when you were little and you rode a tricycle. How many wheels did it have? Tricycle. 1, 2, 3. Tri. Tricycle. Quadrilateral. Quad means, think about your parents' car. How many wheels does it have? It has quad. 4. 4 wheels. 4 tires. Okay? So quadrilateral means it has how many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4. Quadrilateral has 4 sides, and lateral means sides. Now you don't have to memorize these terms or take notes on these terms just yet. These are just little introduction terms, okay? So quad means 4 and lateral means sides. So quadrilateral, 4 sides to my book, okay? Pentagon. Think about the Pentagon, which is in Washington, D.C., has 5 sides to it. So in my class, sometimes we draw a penta shape, and I'm just going to do it in green right here, and we sometimes do it as the house shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll put a 5 in the middle. Pentagon has 5 sides. Penta, 5 sides. Okay? And hexagon is the yellow cube, or the yellow shape for the shape blocks when you guys all play at indoor recess with the shapes, and sometimes you're always like, take my picture, take my picture. The yellow is the biggest one, and I'll do it in red. Oh, I wish I had the template, because then it would look really nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a ruler in front of me, but I just did it freehand. That's a hexagon, and I guess ours kind of look more like this at school, okay? And there's a 6, so that's a hexagon, and I'll write those words next to those shapes. Again, this is just a little introduction. You don't have to memorize these. These are just words that you're going to hear throughout this whole chapter 8, okay? So we've got your triangle, 3, quadrilateral, 4, your squares, your rectangles, those shapes. Your pentagons, 5, and your hexagon, hex means 6. And these are all 2D flat shapes. We're not quite into the 3D shapes yet, okay? So, the next term, well, we have a couple terms that we're going to talk about, but the next one is called attributes. Attributes. Say that word with me. Attributes. Attributes. Attributes means the number of sides, the length of sides, the number of angles that a shape may have. Like how many right angles does it have? Does it have any parallel sides? Remember, parallels mean they don't touch. Right angle is this. Boom, boom, like an L. Boom, boom, like a nice straight. Is this a right angle? No. This is a right angle. Is that a right angle? No. Right angle, straight up, straight down, like an L. This is a right angle. Well, not really, because my hand is not straight up, straight down. Take a look at my book that I just finished reading on the other video that I just did, video recording. Straight up, straight down. That is a 90-degree angle. That is a right angle. So that's going to be one of our words that we're going to talk about. Okay, so we've got right angles, which are corners that I just showed you. We've got parallel sides. Parallels mean not going to touch, not going to touch. No matter how long these lines are, they're not going to touch ever because they just keep going and going. This line and this line, not going to touch ever because they just keep going straight, going straight. They're not going to touch. Parallel, okay? So these are just words that you're going to hear throughout this chapter, geometry, okay? So we've talked about, let's review, okay? Two-dimensional shapes. 2D is your flat shape. You've got your triangle with 3 sides, and I didn't draw that. I feel like you guys know that one. You've got your quadrilateral, your squares, your rectangles, okay? There's one, there's a flat one. This is just for comparing, you don't really need that. You've got your pentagon, your hexagon with 6 sides, okay? What are attributes? Attributes are, I have to read it this way, the number of sides a shape has, the length of sides, the number of angles, and it's just the ways that we describe the shape, okay? How many right angles, how many parallel sides. And then we have right angles. How many right angles does this rectangle have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 right angles. Parallel, parallel, never touch. And it has actually another set of parallel lines up and down, okay? Now, right angles. Look at these 2 triangles that I drew. Here is triangle 1, here is triangle 2. Does triangle 1 have any right angles? I can see in my video some of you already answering that question. Some of you are going like this, some of you are going like this, some of you are going, Mrs.Demas, I don't know what you're talking about. So this, I'm going to draw this bigger because this is one of our things that we need to know. Right angles, if I can turn my page. So if I draw a larger, there we go, triangle, I'm going to draw 2 of them. These are both triangles, and I made a 3 with a circle, meaning triangle, 3 sides. Okay. Shape 1. Does this have any right angles? Yes or no? Who thinks yes? Raise your hand. Who thinks no? Raise your hand. If you think it does not have any right angles, you are correct. This is not a right angle. Why? Remember, right angle goes straight up, straight down. This is not a straight up, straight down, not straight up, straight down, not straight up, straight down. Okay? So, no, not a right angle triangle. Does this triangle have any right angles? Well, look at this angle. No. No. Oh, look at this one, though. Let's look at this angle. If I make a box right here, is that a right angle triangle? What do you think? I'm going to do that. So I'll do it in red because that's what it was before. Over, down. Oh, look at that. This is called a right angle triangle. Okay? So that's what we need to know about a right angle triangle. All right. So moving on. We have some shapes, the ones that I just drew for you, that have no right angles at all. This shape has no right angles at all. This hexagon. Does this pentagon have any right angles? Ooh, I'm going to draw that bigger so you guys can see that. Okay, I'm going to draw the house pentagon a little bit bigger so you can see it. Now, if you have a piece of paper, do the same. You can do it with me. So, you're going to draw your house. It has to have 5 sides, like a pentagon. Okay, pentagon, 5 sides. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you feel like you want straight lines, you can get a ruler. I did not. I drew freehand. All right, so I'm going to switch to red and see if I can label any right angles.
Hey, Jeff.
Okay? So, right angle here, yes or no? Mm-mm.
Press pause.
No, I cannot.
That was the beginning.
Over here, yes or no? Having a little dog issue here. Someone at the top barking. No, not a right angle. Over here, yes or no? Not a right angle. How about here? Mm-hmm. Okay, now I can see a right angle. Now I can see another right angle. Can you see those two? So I'm going to draw them on there. You can do the same. 1, 2. They look like little red boxes. Like that. This one's not a very good little box there. Okay, so only 2, but there are 2 right angles on that pentagon. Okay, all right, so okay, I'm looking at my notes. So let me show you. Oh, I already have that. This page that I'm going to try to attach to the document for next week. It's called Solving Shape Riddles. And basically it's like an I Spy of a riddle. So for example, I'm going to do a super easy because I just showed it to you. Okay, so all you need is a shape in your mind, okay, and a piece of paper. So I would say to you, I spy a shape, okay, that has 5 sides. They are all straight lines, and there are 2 right angles. What's my shape? 5 sides, all straight lines. There are 2 right angles. What's the shape I'm describing? What is it called? Does anyone remember? I'm going to write it down. Pentagon. 5 sides, all straight lines, 2 right angles. So you want to use some of those attributes, some of those description words to describe your shape, okay? Like right angles, straight lines, how many lines does the shape have, okay? I'm going to give you another one now. It's not going to be so easy because I didn't just draw it, but I'm going to draw it as I describe it to you. Okay, this one's going to be tricky. Those of you, and there's a lot of you that have done this, those of you that know the template really well, you're going to get this pretty easily. The template is the green that we used all year for drawing and for math lessons, okay? So my shape has, think about it, 4 sides. I should draw it while I do it with you. 4 sides. 2 of the sides are parallel. 2 of them are parallel. That means they're not going to touch ever. But 2 of them are not parallel. They may touch, okay? And there are no right angles. And I'll give you a little teeny hint. It's not a rectangle. Because rectangles have right angles, right? They have 4 of them. I'll give it my hints again. Ready? This is Solving Shape Riddles. Teddy, start making a fuss. Solving Shape Riddles, okay? And I'll put this link in the games for our math games. 4-sided shape, okay? No right angles, and 2 parallel lines, okay? No right angles. Who thinks they know? Anybody know what I'm describing? What shape am I describing to you? Okay, I can't really see you raising your hands to me, so I'm going to assume you all are saying a trapezoid. Yes? Trapezoid? So I'm going to write it down. Trapezoid. Or, next year in 3rd grade, you might call it a parallelogram. Okay, so here's what I was talking about for a few of these clues. Trapezoid, does this shape look familiar to you? You should be nodding your head because we used it on the template, parallelogram. So, remember I said it had 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 sides. No right angles. Do you see an L? Can you make a corner out of any of those? And sometimes my kids would use a sticky note or go like this. That's not a corner. Oh, that's not a corner. Like this. That's not a corner. Nope, that's not a right angle either. So that's not going to work. No right angles. Parallelogram. one set of parallel sides. I'm going to show you with red. This line and this line, never going to touch. They're going to keep going and going and going. They're never going to touch each other. Now, what about these two though? Do you think they're ever going to touch, or are they never going to touch? Raise your hand if you think they will touch. Raise your hand if you think they're never going to touch. Let me show you something. So, if I drew this straight up, and I just bumped it, and this straight up, look what happened. If I went here, all the way up, here, all the way up, look what happened. Are they touching? Yep. So are these parallel? Nope. So, parallelogram, one set of parallel sides. But there's only one set on this trapezoid. Okay? So that is Guess My Riddle. That will be on the links. Okay. So here is your job for this week. Your job is very easy for this lesson. And I feel like this will be super easy for you guys because you've done things like this before. It is a shape sort. A shape sort. Okay? So kind of just like last week, you need a blank piece of paper. This is going to be super easy for you to do. Okay? I have a marker. Get whatever you have. Marker, pen, pencil, whatever. You're going to divide it into 4 sections. Make a big plus. Like that. Okay? Big old plus sign. Got that? Now we're going to label our sections. What do you think we're going to label them? Shapes. Triangles. Now I'm going to make a little picture. Quadrilaterals. Okay, I'm going to give you a quick look. Okay, the only thing is quadrilaterals is a big word. So you have your triangles, T-R-I, angles, triangles. And if it's easier for you just to draw the picture, triangles, instead of writing that whole word quadrilaterals, you can just make a square. And you know what might even be easier? After triangle, put a 3. After a quadrilateral, put a 4. 4 sides. 3 sides, 4 sides. That might be easier. And what do you think goes down here? 5. And what do you think goes over here? 6. Okay? Pentagons. Okay, be quiet. 5. Hexagons. Okay, so your job, after you've completed this organizer, make sure you do this, put your number. So if nothing else, you have a shape and a number, a shape and a number. Okay, pentagons, 5, hexagons, 6 sides. So your job, you can use the computer, you can just draw freehand like I've been doing. You can cut them out if you still get a newspaper or if you have a magazine that mom and dad say it's okay to cut out of. See if you can find 3 triangles or draw 3 triangles. Easy. 4 quadrilaterals, 4 squares, 4 rectangles, 2 rectangles, 1 square, whatever. These have to have right angles though, remember, okay? Pentagons, you need 3 pentagons. It has to have 5 shapes. It can be any shape with 5 sides, 5 sides. Any shape with 5 sides. And then the last one, hexagons. This one might be the trickiest one because it has to have 6 sides to it. So think yellow pattern block. You can do a smaller version of that and then make up your own shape that has 6 sides to it. Okay? Sound easy enough? Yes, that is your job. Okay? Then if you still have some time left over, see if you can find online at the iknowit.com any geometry problems. We will be assigning, Teddy's making noise, some geometry problems to do for this week. Okay? All right, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, that is your geometry lesson for this week. And Mrs. Green will be doing the other lesson for this week. Whew, That was like 20 minutes long. I thought it would be so quick. It was not quick. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.